Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you all are doing well. In this video, we will learn about G20, Group 20. So, I hope you heard about G20 so many times because this year India is the president nation for G20. Okay, so there are so many meetings which is generally held in India, we can say, and even there are so many foreign diplomat from these 20 countries. They generally visiting India time to time. Okay, so guys, whenever we talk about group, so what is like we have so many groups like ASEAN, SAARC, BRICS, G7, G20. So the major agenda behind these particular group is to share common resources and to work toward the common problems which basically we are facing. Okay, so similarly here as well, it is a group of 20 countries, 19 countries plus European Union. Okay, so and even there are so many invite countries as well, those who generally participate in the meetings. So there are so many meetings are going on, and the major meeting or the BRICS leaders meeting will happen in September 9th and 10th 2023. Okay, so here we will discuss all about G20, their member countries or their role and responsibilities, and even we will talk about the 2023 G20 meetings. That like the logo, the theme, or the major agendas as well. Okay, so as the name state, it is a group of 20 countries. So these are 19 countries and 20th is European Union. Okay, so these are like Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, European Union, France, Germany, India, Indonesia, Italy, Japan, Mexico, Russia, Saudi Arab, South Africa, South Korea, Turkey, United Kingdom, UK, and US. So these are the 20 countries which are generally part of this particular group, and or you can say 19 countries and one union, which is European Union. So it was this if you talk about the history of behind G20, so it was created in 1999. Okay, so after this Asian financial crisis, we generally created this particular group. So G20 is an international forum for the government and central bank group from 19 countries and the European Union. So it was established in 1999 as a meeting of finance minister and central bank governor on the member countries in the aftermath of 1997 Asian financial crisis. Okay, so basically, like that time in 1997, there was a huge financial crisis which were faced by the Asian nations. So that time, like when these finance minister and central bankers they meet and they generally discuss about these particular thing and they propose G20. So nowadays it is not only working toward the financial things. It also they also discuss the common issues. Okay, so like they talk about the resource sharing. They generally talk about the common issues faced by these 20 nations, or even they generally talk about the dispute among these nations, or like issues related to pollution or climate change, issues related to terrorism, or issues related to international trade. So these problems they generally discuss during the G20 meet, and they generally try to discuss to solve these particular problems, so we can like all the participants in the meeting they can grow. Okay, so this is here we have a list of G20 nations. So this year India is generally hosting the like India, we have a presidency of G20. They do not have like G20, they do not have any permanent offices or head offices. So it is a rotation base. Every year, one country is host of this particular meeting. Okay. So the G20 members represent around 85% of global GDP. So it's a like we can say it's a very strong group because it generally hold around 85% of world GDP, and over 75% of global trade, and about two-thirds of world population. So it's a like the representing nations, they have a huge impact on the world economy. Okay, so like we can say the maximum part of world economy that generally belongs to these 20 nations. So they have a importance because like they cover like most of the world. Okay, so there are few pointers which is quite important towards the this G20 related things. So every year, one nation hold the chair of G20, known as presidency, which rotate annually among the member groups. Presently, India is the president of G20 group. Being a forum, it does not have any permanent secretariat or management or administrative structure. So whoever is the president nation, so they generally manage through meetings and all. The presidency establishes a temporary secretariat for the duration till it hold the chairs. So like right now we are the president, so we have the temporary secretariat for G20 groups. Okay, so this year, as I told you, or I hope you guys heard about G20 so many times in newspapers, news channels, and all. Okay, so this year, this presidency belongs to India. So we will discuss few things like logo or the past president or the future who will host in 2024, or what are the key agendas so far we discussed, and the upcoming meet as well. Okay, so G20 presidency 2023 is generally hosted by India. And if you talk about the logo, so this is the logo, and this is the theme for 2023 G20 meet. So G20 logo draw inspiration from vibrant color of India's national flag. Okay, so like you can see the different colors in this particular logo, like saffron, white, and green and blue. So it is a jukebox, planet Earth, which is lotus, India's national flower, which is also part of this particular one. And there is a like you can see Bharat is written in Devanagari script. Okay, so it generally represent the culture of India, and like how like what diversity we have, so that generally represent in this particular color. If you talk about the theme, so it is Vasudeva Kutumbakam. So basically it represent one earth, one family, and one future, which is taken from Maha Upanishad. Okay, so it is a part of Sanskrit language, and which is taken from the Sanskrit language, and it is written in Maha Upanishad. So it is part of Maha Upanishad, and it means one earth, one family, one future. Okay, so like the theme, the value of life, human, animal, planet, microorganism, and their inter interconnectedness on the planet Earth and the wider universe. Okay, so Kutumbakam, which is the theme for 2023 G20 meets. Okay, so these are very important facts basically for examination purpose. So try to remember these one. So if you talk about so far, like the second meeting, they generally talk about the financial inclusion related things. Okay, experience exchange program for the emerging economies of global south, which was concluded in Hyderabad. The first meet of G20 that generally based on corruption working group. So corruption working group conclude in Gurugram. Okay, the first anti-corruption working group meetings, which held around 1st to 3rd March 2023 in Gurugram, Haryana. Okay, so far we conducted two major meetings. First one was based on the corruption working group discussion, and the second one was based in like which was held in Hyderabad. It is based on global partnership for financial inclusion. Okay, so far we had these two meetings, and like throughout the year there will be number of meetings of this G20 members. Okay, and the finance meetings, which is very important, where the central bankers of these member nations as well as the finance ministers of these member nations, they met together. And the major meeting which is scheduled in September 2023, so September 2023, where you'll see the global leaders of these G20 members nations along with the invitees. They generally participate in that particular one, where you'll see the prime ministers or the president, they generally participate in that particular meetings. Okay, so it is generally scheduled on 9th and 10th of September 2023, which will held in New Delhi. Okay, so the major meeting which will held in New Delhi on 9th and 10th September 2023. But so far, like you will find cultural meeting or like the sports ministers meetings. So throughout the year, there will be number of meetings of these particular member nations. Okay, so far we conducted two meetings. One was held in Gurugram, Haryana. Another one is Hyderabad. Okay, so in the first meeting we talk about the corruption related issues, and in second meeting we talk about financial inclusion, or we discuss that particular area. Okay, so last year in 2022, the meeting was hosted by Indonesia, and these are the G20 trio. They also known as a trio. Okay, so this year 2023, it is like the presidency that generally belongs to India, and next year it will goes to Brazil. Okay, so in 2024, G20 presidency belongs to Brazil. So this the group of three countries, they also known as trio. So the past one, the present one, and the future one. Okay, so do remember these three name as well. So many time examiner they generally ask question based on, like they'll give you cases. This year the G20 presidency belongs to India. It was like in 2022 it was hosted by which country, or it will belongs to which country in 2024. So to deal with these kind of questions, so do remember these one. So guys, like whenever we talk about any group, so it's a like where we have two and more countries, they get together, they discuss the common issues or common challenges, and they work toward the overall development of the economies, or they generally work toward the sharing of resources, or they generally talk about the they generally provide financial as well as technical assistance for the sustainable development of the member nations. Okay, so I hope you found this particular video useful. If you like, please do share with your friends. If you're new to my channel, please do subscribe. And one thing guys, like I just started a series based on international organizations. So this is the second video. In first video we talk about United Nations organizations. So here we talk about G20. So we have so many groups, like we have the Interpol, we have WTO, we have World Health Organizations, we have G7, we have BIMSTEC, we have SARC, we have ASEAN. So we will discuss these particular organizations or groups one by one. Okay, and they are very important for examination purpose as well as for your general knowledge. So you need a clarity about these particular group, what is their agendas, what is the structure of that particular group, how they work, and what are the key areas where they are generally working and all. Okay, so I hope you found this particular video useful. So and for such more videos, please do subscribe my channel. I'll share a Telegram link, a Telegram group link in your comment section as well. So you can join that particular one for PDF purpose, or still if you have any query, do mention in comment section. Okay, the only request is please do subscribe and do shares. Okay, so we can reach to maximum people. So this is it from my side. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you soon with a new video. Thanks, have a nice day.